Hello everyone, and welcome to the newest edition of your Kingsport Chamber Zone, the award-winning show that's all about this great city of Kingsport and your Kingsport Chamber of Commerce. I am Bob Figgins with your Kingsport Chamber, and she's my good friend and co-host Laura Woods with Care Centers Management Consulting. And we're coming to you today from one of our nation's finest medical facilities, Holston Valley Medical Center.
Yes, we are still here in Kingsport when we talk to you about one of the nation's finest healthcare facilities. Holston Valley Medical Center, as many of you all know, is just fantastic when it comes to providing the care that this community needs. It is top-notch when it's cardiac care, cancer care, heart attack treatment, women's and children's services, you name it, the best healthcare providers will be found right here within these walls.
It's that last area where we want to turn our attention today, because Holston Valley Medical Center is known for many things, but especially its women and children's services and its exceptional neonatal intensive care unit. The NICU has given birth to more than 9,000 babies since it was created 26 years ago. 9,000 babies have gotten their life started right here at Holston Valley Medical Center. Well, now it's time to equip the NICU for the next generation of babies, and we'll tell you all about a very critical campaign and how you can help with that effort.
And speaking of other efforts going on in our community, we're also very fortunate to have an agency called Contact Concern 211 in our area. Anytime you have a question for a basic health or human need, the volunteers at Contact Concern 211 are right there ready to help you. They have a really exciting fundraiser coming up. It's a murder mystery dinner theater. I know. Maybe Bob's going to die in that. I don't know. But anyway, to find out more about that organization, we will have its retiring executive director on the show.
That's right. Looking forward to that. And your Kingsport Chamber's Keep Kingsport Beautiful campaign works every day to keep our community clean and beautiful. We'll tell you about a very prestigious national accolade that Keep Kingsport Beautiful just won and how you can help with their efforts to beautify our community.
And to wrap up the show, it wouldn't be appropriate to not have at least one mention of the annual dinner, and that means that we'll be featuring our outgoing chamber chair, Andy Wampler, and our incoming chamber chair, Isaac Webb, on the show today to talk to us about the fantastic year that Andy has had, the great year that Isaac thinks he's going to have, and maybe a preview of what they're going to talk about at the annual dinner in their speeches. Who knows?
That's another big show today with a great lineup of guests, but before we get to all of them, let's check out your upcoming Kingsport Chamber news and events. And we're so happy to be joined by our host for today's Kingsport Chamber Zone. Tim Atterbury is the president here at Holston Valley Medical Center, and Lori Kotowitz is the hospital's director of Women's and Children's Services. It's good to see both of you. Thanks for hosting the CZ today.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
Tim, Holston Valley has a stellar reputation nationwide for so many of your exceptional medical services, one of which is your wonderful Women's and Children's Services program. So tell us about this excellent program.
Thanks for the opportunity to share. This has been a cornerstone of Holston Valley since Holston Valley opened 80 years ago. So Women's and Children's, Women's and Infants Services have been at the heart of Holston Valley since our very beginning. Currently about 20% of our beds, our units available for patients are dedicated to Women's and Infant Services.
Wow.
So 62 beds dedicated to Women's, Infant, and Children's Services. And we have 17 labor and delivery rooms. I think there's, Laura, if I have my numbers right, 16 postpartum rooms,
Correct.
15 beds for our neonatal intensive care unit, and 14 beds in our pediatric unit. We have about 52 physicians involved with our Women's and Children's Services and about 130 staff involved with that service. So it's a very important service for us and our contribution to the community.
Well, it's a very robust service, and probably the one that most people associate with the Women's and Children's Services is your neonatal intensive care unit. It's just an exceptional unit. We're so fortunate to have it here, Lori, so tell us about that.
Well, we have a level 3 neonatal intensive care unit. That's one of the highest designation. There's a couple of subcategories of level 3s, but level 3 is the highest designation. We see babies from about 24 weeks gestation, which is about 16 weeks early, and through full-term babies. And our babies will stay with us anywhere from, a few hours to several months.
And Lori, my wife Laura, and our son Higgs was in your exceptional NICU, spent a week there, and the
Yes.
care he received was just phenomenal. It was just the
Thank
very
you.
best. So tell us, what makes the NICU caregivers so special here at Holston Valley?
Well, the caregivers here are very compassionate, very caring individuals, very skilled individuals. They have, we did a survey back several years ago, and it was like 375 years of combined experience. We have longevity within that unit. Nurses that have been with us since the beginning of the unit back in 1986. So we have long-term staff there. But I think one of the other things that makes them very unique is many of our nurses have had babies themselves within our NICU. So they have that compassion and that experience.
Sure, association, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely, with the care they want to give. Tim, we talked about it before on the show, but the NICU is ready to undergo some pretty amazing changes. It's been dubbed the Next Generation campaign, so can you tell us about that?
You are correct. I'm happy to tell you about it now. I want to just remind us that Holston Valley had the first NICU in the region. Even though there's another NICU in Johnson City, we still serve a footprint of about 400,000 people. That this NICU is the closest from a geography standpoint to patients in Northeast Tennessee, Southwestern Virginia, and Eastern Kentucky. But we started that back in 1986, I think it is.
Correct.
And so it is time for us to update and expand the unit. And I did bring some show and tell for you.
Wonderful, we love pictures.
Yes. So here is, let me get the situation right. So this is the footprint of the new NICU. Our current NICU, compared to the new NICU that we have planned, it's about twice as large. One of the problems with our current NICU is that it was well designed for the mid-'80s, but not so well designed for 2015. So the new project is to replace the new NICU completely and relocate it. So we'll continue operating out of the current NICU until this new NICU is built. Still 15 beds, still available for 15 patients, which of course we do exceed that from time to time
Yes.
because of the demand. But it will have the most modern technology and layout, both for clinical quality and equally important, family comfort.
Right.
So we hope to have that project started very, very soon, and that'll be about a year-long project. So maybe sometime mid next year we'll have that up and running.
We'll be happy to be back to showcase that.
Be happy to have you here.
Absolutely, and it'd be very nice because you'll have everything there together on the same floor, right?
Exactly.
And,
That's the other part of this, and I'm glad you reminded me of that because I've got another show and tell. You're my straight man. That's right. We intend to have everything women's and infants, women's and children's consolidated on one floor. Then we would like to design and develop a new entrance dedicated to that service. Currently, if you're here after hours as a new mother and you're going to have to go to the birthplace, you enter through the ED, and it's quite a distance from the ED all the way to birthplace. I think it's roughly a quarter of a mile.
About a quarter of a mile, and I walk it
So
often.
if you weren't stressed out before, you'll be stressed out all the way. This is going to be a new entrance. Patients can be dropped off, go up an elevator shaft right to the third floor, be checked in 24/7, and just feet away from the labor and delivery room. So we're very, very excited about everything we're doing, both with the new NICU and women's and children's overall.
Well, it's just an absolutely phenomenal campaign, a very important campaign. If people wanted to contribute and donate to this very important effort, Tim, how do they do that?
That's a great question, and we would encourage everybody to go to www.wellmont/nextgen. That's NEXTGEN. I think it's going to be on the screen. And once you get to that page, on the right-hand side, there's a little button that says Donate Now. You click that.
As many times as you want,
As
right?
many times as you want, and it goes to a little page that says the Next Generation Campaign Little Footprints Club. So we want everybody to join. There's no contribution too small, no contribution too large either. So go ahead and donate. This is a vital part of this community, and we're honored to be able to serve the community this way.
Well, wonderful services. We're just privileged to be able to experience them here so much. So Tim Atterbury, Lori Kotowitz, thank you all so much for being on the show today. And it's just such an exciting time for the hospital here.
It
We're
is.
just really thrilled for you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you both. And when we come back on your CZ, we'll tell you about a very entertaining murder mystery dinner theater that's coming to our community. Please stay with us. And welcome back to your Kingsport Chamber Zone on location from Holston Valley Medical Center.
Many of y'all have probably heard of Contact Concern 211. It is a wonderful organization that we are fortunate to have here in our area. It provides services 365 days a year for anyone who needs information on basic health and human service needs in our area. Here now to tell us more about it, how you can volunteer with this organization, and a really cool fundraiser that they have coming up is its Executive Director, Lynn Sorrell. Lynn, welcome.
I'm glad to be here, Laura.
And before we go any further, we do need to mention, Lynn, you're getting ready to retire.
Yes, my birthday's at the end of May, and I've decided to give myself a birthday present and retire again. I've retired from Eastman years ago, too.
Retire from Bob this time. That's
I
what
retired
you're
from
doing.
Bob,
6 years of me being on the board.
Yeah,
This is what's
so-
led to this.
I'll talk to you after the show. We have a support group for that. So.
Okay, thank you, for retired executive directors.
For
People
retired-
dealing with having to deal with
people
Bob.
who deal with
Oh, okay,
Bob.
retired from Bob, okay, gotcha.
Lynn, tell us just a little bit about your wonderful organization.
We summarized it fairly well, but we're a 24-hour, we've got access after hours, but mostly we're there from 12 hours a day, 365 days a year. We are a comprehensive telephone helpline. If you need help, or if you have a friend that needs help, please give us a call. We try to match you up with the health and human service need that you have. Our volunteers, and we're still a volunteer-driven organization, talk to you about what your needs are, try to match you up with those needs, and provide you telephone numbers and other resources that you would need to improve your life. We believe that we are in the business of really improving lives in Kingsport.
That's great.
The other thing we do is outgoing calls. We make outgoing calls, which are kind of safety and security calls, primarily to widows that are older. We do have some men on the list, but most of them are 85-year-old single woman living alone. We check on them, make sure everything's okay, and it's usually a great conversation that we have with them.
That's neat.
It's just a phenomenal organization. You all do great work, and as you said, it's largely dependent on volunteers. It's also dependent on funding. You have an incredible fundraiser coming up. You're going to be hosting a murder mystery dinner theater.
That's right.
Food, fun, and a whodunit all in one
All
night.
in one.
So tell us about this fun
I hope
evening.
both of you will come.
That's
by
right.
the way. But it's called Murder at the Valentine's Party. And it's 1 week after Valentine's. We couldn't get anybody to cater it on Valentine's night. No restaurant in town wants to leave the restaurant on Valentine's night. I wonder why.
It's shocking, yeah.
Exactly. But so it's the 21st of February. It's going to be at St. Paul's Parish Hall, just up the street here from where we are at Holston Valley. We will have all kinds of food and different things to attract you. It's $50 a ticket, $400 a table. Buy a table, bring your friends, and enjoy a murder mystery where somebody gets killed off and you get to guess who it is, from that standpoint.
Well, I went last year. It was a lot of fun, and in addition to the great food and the fun entertainment, you also have an auction that night too with some
That
very
is
special
correct.
items.
We have we just got some from Panera Bread. We're going to have a lot of baskets. We have some other things that are pending that I hate to mention in case they don't come out.
Sure.
But we expect to have some high value items and some medium value items that people can bid on with a silent auction. That's fun part of it too. I also want to salute Longhorn Steakhouse, who is really doing a good job on providing us food for that evening at a good price and everything. So
It takes a lot of partners in order to make an organization like
it
yours to
does.
work, and of course one of those partners would be your volunteers.
That's
so
right.
if people want to be a helpline volunteer, how do they do that, and what is expected of them?
well, you can call 246-2273 or just 211, and as soon as you call in, we try to schedule usually it's a one-on-one with me to get you started. We don't want there to be a big lag between that. The first session is on listening. I said we try to listen over the telephone to what your needs are. We find that people generally could always use some extra help with listening skills. So we train them that way to be a good listener, and then train them to use the resources that are available in the community. We're in a community that has something like 600 agencies and 1,400 programs in those 600 agencies that can help people. We generally refer people to 300 or 400 of those 600 agencies every year. We have about 7,000 outgoing phone calls and 7,000 incoming phone calls, about 14,000 to 15,000 phone calls a year. And our volunteers really enjoy this. They always feel like they're giving back to somebody and have always helped somebody during the time period that they're there. We ask for 8 hours a month, that's 2 shifts, come in twice a month. We have 21 shifts a week that we have to fill. So we always are in the need of volunteers and money. We've talked about money with the Valentine's party.
Well, Lynn, it's just a perfect volunteer opportunity if anyone's looking to volunteer and
Yes.
help others in the community. Remind us again how people can call and volunteer or get tickets for your murder mystery dinner theater at 211.
It's 246-2273. Call in or 211. Nice, easy number to remember, and you'll get us in this area. And would love to hear from you for either tickets or to volunteer or any way that we can help you with any needs that you have.
Well, Lynn Sorrell, the Executive Director, the retiring Executive Director
Yes.
with Contact Concern 211. Congratulations
Yes,
again,
congratulations.
and thanks for
Thank
being
you.
with us today.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
having
Lynn.
me.
Appreciate it. Stay tuned because when we come back, we'll tell you how you can be part of Keep Kingsport Beautiful's Clean Team right after this.
And welcome back to your Kingsport Chamber Zone on location from Holston Valley Medical Center.
One of our favorite subjects here on the Kingsport Chamber Zone is the fantastic Keep Kingsport Beautiful program of your Kingsport Chamber. That program is superb, out of this world, and continues to receive national accolades. Here now to tell us more about it, as well as an upcoming fundraising effort that they're having, is Robin Cleary. Robin, of course, is the director of Keep Kingsport Beautiful and a frequent guest on your CZ. So Robin, it's so great to have you back.
It's great to be back.
I think everybody knows about KKB, but I guess there's somebody out there maybe who hasn't heard of the
Possibly,
program or
yes.
doesn't know what it does. So can you talk to us just a little bit about it?
Sure. Keep Kingsport Beautiful is an affiliate of Keep America Beautiful and Keep Tennessee Beautiful. It is a program that's a partnership between the Kingsport Chamber of Commerce and the City of Kingsport. And we're really the environmental arm at the Chamber. So we concentrate on our mission, which is to provide the citizens with programs and events and opportunities to keep our community clean and beautiful.
And Keep Kingsport Beautiful, Robin, does amazing work through your mission and all your phenomenal efforts. And those efforts are being recognized nationally
Yes.
with yet another prestigious honor and accolade. Tell us about that.
Yes, we're very excited. We found out in early December that Keep Kingsport Beautiful has been recognized by Keep America Beautiful and will receive the award at the national conference in January in DC. That we are the first place national affiliate winner. The only affiliate in the state of Tennessee to receive any affiliate awards, and that is out of over 800 affiliates nationwide.
That's incredible.
It is.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Of course, the program is normally associated with things like the Trash Busters and the
Yes.
litter-free events and things like that. Of course, well-known programs, but you do so much more in the community, which of course requires funding.
Yes.
So one of the recent fundraisers that you launched is the Clean Team effort. So talk to our audience about that.
Our Clean Team campaign is a strictly fundraising campaign that is membership based. We do this once a year. About this time every year we'll send out a letter kind of giving them highlights of a year-end wrap-up of what all we've accomplished in the previous year, and along with it we'll include a donation form like this. What it does is it allows the individuals and businesses in the community that feel like what we do at Keep Kingsport Beautiful is important enough to support. And you can join as a member. We have all kinds of varying levels. But you know, if you enjoy the things that we do, for instance, when you take a walk on the green belt and you like the fact that you don't see a lot of litter, you don't see a lot of trash. Same thing when you're in downtown Kingsport enjoying a concert on a Friday or Saturday night. So all of these things that we do and that our volunteers and our sponsors do that give back to the community and make it such a great place to live and enjoy, this is a way to support our efforts and make sure we can continue to do these things.
Well, another way to help that #1 affiliate in the nation is and to help donate and also help beautify our community is through your tree fund. So tell us about this wonderful program and impact it makes on our community.
This program has, we're in our 28th year of the Keep Kingsport Beautiful Hamlet Dobson Tree Fund. Hamlet Dobson has sponsored that program since its inception. Through this program, it's a really great way for folks to make a memorial contribution or an honorarium. And you can, the nice thing about this program is you can make a donation in any level. We don't have a required donation amount. We accept checks for $5, we accept checks for $50 and on up. And when you do that, we pool those monies, and then every 6 months we do 2 tree plantings in the city of Kingsport on public lands. There's really not a park or a school that you can drive by in the city of Kingsport that does not have trees that have been planted through the tree fund. We are well over 800 trees at this point. And it is a really nice way to, instead of sending flowers or something like that, to make a permanent honorarium or memorial to someone. And at our ceremonies, we read the names of all of the individuals that had a contribution made in their name in that 6-month period. It's a very special ceremony. Both of you all have been to them. And it's something that Hamlet Dobson is very proud of. I think it's one of the most, I guess, the most special program that we do at Keep Kingsport Beautiful, because it's got this lasting impact that'll be here for years and years and years.
Right. Well, Robin, you just outlined some amazing things that Keep Kingsport Beautiful is doing. So if people want to be a part of that, if they want to donate, if they want to learn more about the Clean Team, the Tree Fund, those types of things, where do they get that information?
They can go to our website, which is keepkingsportbeautiful.com. You can also go to the Kingsport Chamber of Commerce website. There's a link to ours. We have a Facebook page where we keep a lot of information on it. You can call our office, which is 392-8814. We have a new communication tool that we've just started in the past probably about 3 months. We have a newsletter that we're doing on a quarterly basis. Our winter issue just went out yesterday. Would love if you'd like to be on our newsletter distribution list. We will have things like this form is in it. We have information on the tree fund, the roadscapes we just talked about. Our spring issue that we're already planning will have a complete calendar of all of our events coming up for the spring, our free seminars, our cleanups. So, you know, call. I'll be glad to take your email address and put you on the list for that.
Right.
Well, Robin Cleary, the director of Keep Kingsport Beautiful, which again is the #1 Keep America Beautiful affiliate in the nation.
It's wonderful.
Congratulations on that great award, and
Yes.
thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Robin. Stay tuned, because right after this, we're going to feature the outgoing chair and the incoming chair of your Kingsport Chamber Board of Directors. Welcome back to this edition of your Kingsport Chamber Zone.
Have to be on my best behavior now, not that that never happens, because my bosses are here. We're now joined by the outgoing and the incoming chairs of your Kingsport Chamber of Commerce. Andy Wampler, who is a shareholder with the law firm of Wilson Worley, is the 2014 chair of your Kingsport Chamber, and he's getting ready to ceremoniously hand over the reins to the incoming chair of your Kingsport Chamber, Isaac Webb, who is the district manager with Appalachian Power. And gentlemen, thanks for joining us today. Good to see both of you.
Yes.
Sure. Andy, you just finished a phenomenal year as chair of the Kingsport Chamber, so tell us what that experience meant to you.
It was a lot of fun. It's a great organization, lots of activities. I think until you get really immersed in it, you take for granted how much the Chamber is involved in the community. Lots of great programs, lots of people. Supports the business community, but does so many other things also.
Well, you've done just a great job of leading the organization, and it's been a great time to be the leader of the organization too. There's so much going on in Kingsport. We've just had a banner year. Talk to us about what's happening in the community.
Well, I think from the standpoint of business community, there are a lot of good things going on. We've got some new businesses that come in. It impressed me how many ribbon cuttings we have.
Sure.
Sometimes the messages come through and you don't look at it, but when you go and visit and talk to people who are opening up businesses and involved in the community, it's really encouraging to see a lot of that. So it's been a great year from that standpoint. And then we've got so many programs that have a lot of continuity. And you look at the events through the course of the year, there's just a lot going on. It's, in some respects, we just keep tracking along with what we've done in the past, and in that respect it's been nice too, because it's a lot of what we've done in the past, and it's just been a good year.
And Isaac, it was a great year, and 2015 looks just as promising. So tell us about your vision, your plans for the Kingsport Chamber and this community in the coming year.
Well, the Chamber is well organized and well run, and in some ways you need to leave things like that alone. But I think 2015 is a year for both the city and the Chamber to stop and take a look at where we've been and where we're going. They always say that the enemy of success is success, and we've been on the same path for quite a while. A lot of the city's investments are maturing, and so I think it's time for us as a community and as a Chamber to take a look and just see what other things we need to be doing. Decide maybe there are a few things that we're doing that we need to stop. But I don't have any specific ideas in mind, but we actually spend most of tomorrow with each one of the programs and talk to them about what they're doing.
The Chamber is a very vibrant organization. It has a lot of businesses that are members of it, but there are yet still some out there who aren't part of the Chamber. So if you're going to say this is why you need to join, what would you tell those businesses?
We all kind of deal with issues of control in our lives, and we want to be in control. And if you want to be a part of the business community in Kingsport, it's essential that you join and that you get involved. There's no limitations for somebody if they want to get involved with something, a specific thing that they like with the Chamber. The door is open, and really the only thing you have to do is join and then step up and say, I want to help with it.
That's great. Do you have your speech ready to go for the annual dinner?
I'm hoping Bob will write it for me.
Oh, I'm supposed to do that? Oh, yeah.
Because everything I come up with is politically incorrect.
That's right. It's a
There's still time to work on it.
It's supposed to be a G-rated night.
The thing is that everybody will be ready to eat, and everybody will be ready for Party of the Moon, so I doubt that anybody will be listening anyway. So I'll just say 3 words and then sit back down. Maybe tell them about my granddaughter.
Say thank you, Andy, and show a picture of your granddaughter.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sounds like a winner.
Sounds perfect to me. Well, Andy Wampler, our outgoing volunteer leader at the Kingsport Chamber, thank you so much for all that you've done this past year. Isaac Webb, incoming volunteer leader, we can't wait for a wonderful year under your leadership. Thank you all for being on the show. There's no doubt about that.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you guys. And there's more CZ from Holston Valley Medical Center right after this. Well, it's time to close this edition of your Kingsport Chamber Zone. We want to thank the absolutely phenomenal team here at Holston Valley Medical Center. We're so fortunate to have such a world-class hospital right here in our community. We appreciate them for hosting us today. As always, the great team at Charter Media for producing your CZ.
World-class in and of themselves as well. We also want to remind you that if you need to find out what's going on in Kingsport, of course, you can always watch us here on the Kingsport Chamber Zone. You can also check out the Chamber's website, kingsportchamber.org. Give them a call at 392-8800. Stop in at their offices at 400 Clinchfield because they always love visitors because they are social, which means you'll also find them on social media, Facebook, Twitter. They're out there. Check them out.
And a reminder to donate to the Wellmont Next Generation campaign for Holston Valley Medical Center's NICU. Simply go to wellmontfoundation.org. And until our next visit together on your CZ, we are Bob and Laura reminding you to please be loyal
and buy local. Have a great week.